Alright, greetings all. So I have another video, pickups over the week, essentially. Usually I did a weekend, but I was like, well, I kind of went to a couple of different places, so I thought I'd do a week. So let's get started. So first thing up was from a Goodwill. It usually doesn't have too much, but I haven't really gone during the week, so I was able to find a couple of things. One thing they had there was a ASCII-ware PlayStation 1 arcade fighting stick. They wanted $15 though for it, and it was too much to go for. Looked it up online. It's about 30, I think it was. But and I would have picked it up, but they were very weird with their policy of returns. They were like, well, you can only return it if it's within a day or two, and you also it would only be for store credit. And I'm like, I don't know how many times I'm going to find something there, and I don't really agree with it, so I decided just to leave it go. So first things first, the first pickup was Super Mario Galaxy 2 game guide. I didn't look at the first part, and the first couple of pages have some wear on it. Not separating, but it could be better. But I wasn't sure if I had it or not, so for $2.99 I picked that up. Next are kind of similar to one another. They're not games, they're TV shows, but was something I was interested in, and I haven't watched it on TV yet. They're still sealed, so I'm going to look and see if Netflix has it, see if it's something I'm really interested in, and then keep it. If not, probably sell it. Is Under the Dome, Season 1. So this looked kind of interesting. I'm more into horror, but I do give stuff by Stephen King a try, see if I like. The last thing I watched by him was Cell, I think it was called, or The Cell. It had John Cusack and I'm thinking Samuel L. Jackson. I'm not 100% sure on that one. It was okay. It was kind of like a zombie invasion, but it had something to do with when you picked up a cell phone, the communication in there turn you rabid at that point. So if you like that type of thing, then that's cool. Then you might be interested. Another movie that's kind of like that is Pontypool. I'll just leave it at that so you can see that. The next one was, I talked to somebody and they really recommended this. This was only on, I think, for one season, but has some interesting elements to it. So I'm really hoping to find an episode to watch so I can make my determination from there. Is The River. And like it says, complete season 1, but I'm pretty sure it's only been on one season, and then they gave that the axe. So I believe that was Monday. Tuesday, really didn't find too much. Went to a couple of places, really nothing. And the stuff that I did find, I wasn't sure if I had it or not, and I wasn't going to pick up another thing at that point. I mean, if it resold for a good amount, then it would be easy to take the chance on that, but if it doesn't, then you're kind of just stuck with it, so I decided to pass, and it wasn't something I was absolutely thrilled with. The one thing I did find, though, I got this for $3, and it didn't have the manual, but I have it at home, so I was able to swap that out, and it's in a lot better shape. Got this for $3 at the, I guess you could call it a garage sale, not a pawn shop. And it's not a thrift store. It's like a weird, but it's like a weird store. But it's like this old Midas building where they have just opened that up and sell stuff in there. Super Smash Brawl, and disc is in pretty good shape. Has a little discoloration. But a lot better than the version I previously had, where the artwork was like folded and bent and such. This is actually it here. It's really torn up and beat up on the back. The manual's in okay shape, but But yeah, so $3. I was really excited about that, and I haven't found something like that in a while, so it made me feel good. It's like one of those kind of like reassuring things. Like there are things still out there. So, next thing I found was actually at a Walmart. I went through. They had games on clearance, and usually it was a giant bin. And usually that stuff you don't find really anything. But I had to hunt, and I dug through some stuff, and I was looking around, and I found some stuff. So these things are things I'm probably going to sell. And it kind of covers the cost for certain things. So it allows me to buy other stuff like online and so forth. So, one of them, and I hate they put the stickers on these. I know they got to put them somewhere, but it just bothers me. But this is new. All these are new, obviously. Rocksmith for the PS3. It's the one that comes with the cable. If you're not familiar with Rocksmith, essentially you use any guitar, like actual guitar, plug the cable into your guitar itself, and then plug it into the system, and you're supposed to be able to play the songs that are on there with your guitar, and you're supposed to be able to learn guitar. So it's like Guitar Hero, but for consoles, PC, and so forth. Apologize for the ringing. That's for my wife's thing. It's a game she plays, and every 20 minutes or so it goes off to give you, you look for stuff on there. So, anyway, gonna put that down there. So that was $15. Obviously not the best price, but still not too bad with considering what it goes for online. Okay, so next thing was I actually found these at a local Walmart I went to. They had a huge bin of games, and usually those are nightmares to go through. You have to sift and wait, and you barely find anything. But for whatever reason, I was in the mood to do it, so I decided to do it. I think I had to go to something, and I was just kind of like killing time at the point, so started going through. After about 20 minutes, I was able to find a few things, so this is what I picked up for that. First thing is Rocksmith on the PS3. Got that for, as you can see on the sticker, indicates $15. Comes with the cable. I think you can get the game by itself, but you really do need the cable. If you've never played Rocksmith, have no idea what it's about, it's essentially a Guitar Hero type of thing, except there's a cable in the back that you plug into your guitar, and you plug the other one into the console or the PC or whatever it is at that point, and you essentially play the game, and it indicates on like what things you have to play, and you match it up, but you're using your real guitar. So it's supposed to be able to teach you essentially how to play guitar. I'm debating on this one. I really wanted to be able to pull out my guitar and work with this. The PS3 version would be the one I would want to go with, not the Xbox one. Nothing against the Xbox, it's just, it's not the go-to system I use. Essentially, if you have multiple systems, I kind of have a feeling like you're in the same type of boat. I mean, obviously I have this shirt on, but there are systems that you like to play certain games on more than others, or if you had a choice and you're between two games, it's like, alright, I go with this one. So for me, I've had PlayStation for so long, it's just kind of like a no-brainer. So I thought that was a good deal, especially for what they go brand new. Those are hard to come by. You can get the newer version. I've never played a Rocksmith, so I don't know how good the first one is compared to the other ones, how much better the other ones are compared to this one. So I would read some reviews on it and make the determination for yourself, maybe some YouTube videos, see if this is something you're interested in. Unfortunately, I don't believe GameStops take in Rocksmith because it needs the cable and the disc, obviously. So with something like that, they will take it in. Similar to, I think, Guitar Hero or Guitar Hero Guitars at one point, or Skylanders. So, anyway, next up, is another game. I actually picked this up a while ago, so this might be, I might be keeping this one sealed. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I spent the price that's on here. I think there was only one that was a little bit different in price, and I actually didn't pick that up. So these should all be the same price on here. Is Tropico 5 for the PS4. That is, I think it's about $30 used or so, and I think new is like 40, so not too bad to get that. This one wasn't something I was going to pick up if it was in regular box art, but considering it was a special type of box art, I've learned over the time to, no matter what it is, if you have any doubts whatsoever, if you're in a retail store, just buy it. Buy it, take it home, figure out if it's something you really want, and then you can always return it at that point. Then making the mistake of going, I don't know, I'm just going to pass on it. I'm thinking of one I passed on, and I am still kicking myself on that one. We were in an outlet, and there was a system there that, or not a system, it was a game accessory console. I'd never heard of it before in my entire life, and I looked around. I didn't see anything on the box that said anything that gave me an idea it was the gaming, so I passed on it. It was 99 cents. It was in the box. It was the Miracle piano keyboard. I don't know what system it was for, but I found out those are really hard to come by, very expensive. So yeah, and there's been a few like that I've done where I'm kicking myself going, why did you do that? So now I've learned. I just get them and then figure it out. So this one was 1996 Battlefield 4 Walmart only edition. I looked it up. I didn't see anything on my phone, so I don't believe this thing really goes for anything, so I'll be returning it to get my $20 back on that one. Another one that I got, and I watched somebody else's video on there, and I had no idea that it actually went for anything. And then that was the only reason I actually grabbed it initially. Then I looked it up, and this goes for about $40-50 sealed. So I got this for $15. NCAA Football 11 for the PS2 with Tim Tebow on it. I believe that's Tim Tebow. So yeah, that was cool to get that. Like I said, it's more, gives me the ability to take care of stuff that I'm getting for the collection, or like basic odds and ends here and there and stuff. It helps pay for it. So the one I got that I was really excited for, and this is for me, and I've never played any of these games, so it's a good chance to get into the series. And I was interested in getting these now, as long as I could get them for cheap. I got it for $5, which that was a lot cheaper than any other place, any of the other games in the bin. So for $5, you really can't go wrong. Was Ratchet and Clank Collection for the PS3. Seal has a little bit of wear. I think I'm going to be opening this one. I don't think I have this on as a digital version, so that was it for Walmart. Now, the next one up is a trade I got earlier in the week. I just started doing trading, so I'm a little hesitant on stuff, but this one, it was okay. I got rid of games I wasn't interested in at all, and I got a game where it wasn't too... it wasn't something I was looking for, but I saw it and I was like, you know what? Why not? And it saved some space, and these were games I was just going to get rid of. But I was like, you know what? Let me put this stuff up, and people were looking for them. I got rid of NBA Action 94 for the Sega Genesis, and Mario Andretti Racing for the Sega Genesis. And like I said, those are two games I was just going to get rid of, and I was able to trade those, and I got Batman for the Nintendo Game Boy, which I've actually played a level of this. Surprisingly, it is not bad. I am enjoying it so far. I started a little bit on the second level, but at these points it's a little frustrating. It's dirty, I gotta clean it up, but good pickup for stuff I was going to get rid of, just in general. Takes up barely any space, and I'm enjoying it, so, compared to the other games. Next one up, and this is where everything started to pick up over the weekend. So this was Friday afternoon. I was looking for a job, a drug screening place. I had a job that I was taking, so going around trying to find that, it was a nightmare. Finally found it, and then it was a problem. So after that, I stopped here, and I got this game. They wanted $748 for it. The other one said $448, so it actually dropped in price. I brought both up, talking to the girl. She was a little confused with what exactly I was trying to do, but essentially the one that was $448 had a different seal than the one that was $748. But I just wanted to get the one with the good seal for $448 because they were the same game. She finally understood that and gave it to me for that price, so pretty excited for that. I'm not a huge fan of the series, but I'm willing to give it another shot, especially with how cheap PS3 games are going to be at this moment. Felt like it's definitely worth it. So for $448 and then plus tax, I got Infamous 2 for the PS3. Sorry about the glare. It's nighttime, so it's a little hard to get the video looking good. I actually had to turn the light behind me. There we go. It's kind of off, and then turn the other lights around, and gives it an okay look. Otherwise, this part over here, wherever I'm trying to go at, it's hard to do it reverse-wise with blinding. So yeah, I got that. I thought that was pretty cool. The next thing that we got was, I think it was the 15th. Yeah, the 15th. So Friday night, we were out, and we were going to different places. We stopped at a Toys R Us. I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but I like the series. I like the cartoon, the original, and I like the games. So, and there's certain things to me that are kind of like a staple of this series. That it's kind of like a must-have type of thing. So I got one of the Pokeballs. I have never seen this though. I had 4 of them. I'm not sure if this is a newer version, but it is the Premier Ball. So I thought this is really cool. I have the other 4. I was like, I have to get this. So that was $9.99. Toys R Us charges a little more, but if you see it, like I said, I don't even question it now. I just buy it and then figure it out later. See if I want to get it, not, so forth. Okay, so next thing getting into was, it wasn't crazy, I should say, but this is where it kind of got a little bit busy. So for me, I was really excited about this. Usually, I don't find anything. It's really hard to find stuff, and I've been getting up earlier to go to yard sales. I threw out the idea of like what I was trying to do, what I was looking for, how I was searching and so forth, and kind of threw it out there and did something different. I kind of did the same thing with looking for like places that had games, but I also added some places in between just to see what they'd find. I have to go back through the list to see what they had, like what places had what and what their initial listing was, to see if it was something that, hey, you know, you got to give these types of places more tries because look what you found here. So I went to the first garage sale, was at 7 a.m., found nothing there. Next garage sale, there was a guy who was selling a PlayStation 1. He was just trying to almost like give it away in a sense. He was like, just make me an offer, and I'm like, I really don't have the space for it, and they don't go for too much. So if it was something where, obviously if it went for something, I'd be able to resell it at that point to get some extra money for more games and stuff, I'd be for it. But I have enough systems. I just politely said no. I did pick up a bin type of thing from like IKEA that has like 4 shelves. That is okay. I got it for $3. I didn't notice one of the things was broken on it, and I'm kind of annoyed about that. But $3, I'm trying to make do with it, and I can put it to use, so I'm happy for now. But I would have been a lot happier if it was fully functional. But hey, what are you gonna do? So from there, I went to the next yard sale, and that's where I started to be able to at least find some stuff. Went over, took a look at stuff. Person didn't have too much. Was able to find a couple of things. So I asked her how much she was looking for. Girl was like, don't really use this at all. So I got a Game Boy Advance SP Red. Has a sticker on it. I should be able to get the sticker off. Hopefully there's not too much adhesive. And then I have to take a look and see if it is a one that I have in my collection. Honestly, I'm thinking about it. I don't really remember having red. So that might be something I'm keeping. Just get rid of that sticker. So next thing up was something I really wasn't looking for. This thing has a lot of screen wear in the center, but it should clean up nice. Haven't had a chance to test it out. Didn't come with any games. Both of these came with the chargers though, so that's at least a plus. I asked her what she wanted for it. She's like, I don't even play the thing anymore. $2. So I got a white DS Lite. You can really see the surface wear right here with that. I don't know if the power's on. I haven't even tried them. So $2 for that. One I'm excited for was a game. She only had 2 Game Boy Advance games there. I asked her if they had any other games. Fortunately not, but what are you gonna do? I don't think I have this. It's Kirby Return to Dreamland, I believe. Nightmare in Dreamland, sorry. So that will be something I'll be trying to play soon. Maybe I'll play it on the DS. We'll see how that goes. So next up, I went to another yard sale. It was funny too. It was actually right on the exact next street over, in the exact same spot. So 2 people were having the same yard sale, or having a yard sale, same spot, just a different street over. So they really had nothing. They had one game. They wanted $5 for it. Really wasn't familiar with the title. Wasn't something I was interested in, so I just passed on it. And then as I'm walking away, I saw that they had this sitting at the top. I just saw the silver back. So they had an iPod Nano 8 gig. So didn't know if it turned on or not. It was dead. Asked what they wanted for it. They said 5. They were able to accept 4. So I was able to get that. Not too bad. Works. It's a little sensitive to the touch with the center part and the menu button and so forth. But $4, I'll probably be listing that and using that money for more games and such. Next one I went to was a guy who was listing a lot of toys. So there was somebody who got there before, bought $900 worth. So when I was getting there and looking at some stuff, I found out that that was the stuff, because everybody was kind of like moving stuff around. I thought they were still like setting stuff up. They were actually putting it away because the person had bought a majority of the stuff, so they were just packing it for this person to come back and pick up. I stopped by and I looked at one of the games, and it had a price tag of $4 on there, and it wasn't something I was going to be getting for $4. I couldn't do it. So I was like, let me look at the games and see what I really want. Found the one that I was pretty interested in. Asked him how much he wanted for this because it didn't have a price tag. And he said, oh, the games over there are $1. So I'm like, oh, let me take a second look at that one. So I started going over and looking. So this was the original game that I was interested in. Couldn't remember if I had it or not, and I didn't want to sit there pulling my phone out right in front of everybody. So Die Hard Trilogy for the PS1. These are mostly PS1 games. Next one up is X-Men Mutant Academy. Just looking at the back of it, this is like a fighter game, so I wanted to at least give this a try. For $1, I'm very comfortable with at least picking up a whole bunch of titles, trying them out, seeing what I think of them, and so forth. The one I looked at that was originally what I was going to say no to, and I picked it up for $4, or $4. It said 4, and I picked it up for $1, was chess. Unfortunately, nobody likes playing chess around here, so I don't really play it, but now I can at least play it by myself, so. Let's see. This one was kind of interesting. It says Custom PlayStation Edition. The kid was telling me about it. I am not a Star Wars fan, really. I try it. It's just not something I can get into. But I was talking to the kid it was his dad's sale, and he was saying about, oh yeah, that's it. That's an interesting game. It's if you like Doom, it's like the Doom engine, just with Star Wars. So Star Wars Dark Forces. That seemed pretty cool. And the last one, I don't think it was a launch title. Very, very close. Or very, very early in the system's life. This doesn't require a gun. You just use the controller itself. So for $1, I wanted to try this again. Really give it a go. It's by Konami. Is Silent Scope. The games are in good shape. Can't really say anything about that. So might be trying those later tonight. Oh man, this yard sale I went to. So I put them in the GPS. I'm driving around, and I go to this one place, and I find the place, and the guy's got the stuff setting out there. And it was a moving sale, but he had this stuff out there, and I'm looking through it, and he had these games there, and I see a Sega Genesis, and I'm all excited, like the system itself. And then I look, and there's water on it, and there's water everywhere in this bin. So the first thing I pull out is, I think it was this one, and it wasn't drenched, but it definitely had some water on it. Tecmo Super Bowl 2. I got these for $1. Then I got Ninja Gaiden for the NES. And the last one, I have to get it. You have to see this. This was absolutely horrible. Where is that thing? I already recycled it. That's how bad it is. You can't save this. Oh, here it is. So, these, aside from the water damage, these were in really good shape. They couldn't be saved. I tried. I really tried. I opened it up in the car. I had it by the air conditioner to try to cool it down. I was trying to separate the paper from the plastic casing. It was not happening. The manual was in great shape, but it was soaked. So you couldn't even separate the pages. There's no real way to salvage it. But if I would have given it, if it wasn't wet, I would have given it a 9 out of 10. That's how good it was. But so this is what's left of it. This is Golden Axe 2. So that's okay. You can see the ripple wear. I tried separating it. It ripped. It was brutal doing it. I couldn't stand doing it. But I was like, you know what? Either that or I'm going to have to throw it away anyway, which I'm going to have to do anyway. This stuff is, oh my god. So there is the manual. The cartridge was actually in pretty decent shape. So right now, rule of thumb with card-based electronics or circuit boards or anything of the sort, if there's water in it, let it dry. Let it sit. Don't use it. If you don't have rice or anything, something that can absorb the moisture, let it sit out for a few days, and it should dry and it should be okay to use. Once you put it into something that's electronic based and the current passes through and it hits that with the water on there, that's when you fry it at that point. So yeah, the controller, the cartridge is pretty good. So I at least get the cartridge out of it, but I really wanted the whole thing, obviously. So yeah, you can't win them all with that one. But that was just so. Okay, so Next up was Sunday. I didn't really go. Actually, no, I'm sorry. There's one last thing for Saturday. We went to a local Target, saw this. They had this for sale, or obviously they had it for sale. They had this in clearance, and looked at it online. Price is a lot cheaper in the store on clearance than it was online. I think we might have this. Not 100% sure, but picked it up. I think it's like a $20 savings, so you can't really go wrong with that. So it's Mario and Donkey Kong Mini Land Mayhem. It has a thing on the back that says you can download levels online, or on the front, I'm sorry. So $6.26 for that one, and plus tax. So now moving on to Sunday. Sunday really wasn't too much, but like I said, didn't really go out to yard sales or anything like that. So this was kind of just finding it in the wild retail. Wife found something that I was really excited about. I just don't know where exactly he's from, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. Got this at Dollar General for $5. I like the Turtles figures. What I was really excited about is the Foot Soldier. I am a huge Foot Soldier fan. When I was a kid, I watched this. I always was obsessed with them. Whether it's a TV show, video games, the newer ones and stuff. So I've been collecting the action figures. Still don't have an original one with case, like sealed in case and stuff. But I'm trying to find one. One of these days, I'm hoping, but I have a feeling it's probably not going to happen. You have to spend the money. I'm really excited about the San Diego Comic-Con one. I'm just really disappointed that you can't get it any other way. If it was one of those where you could order it online and ship it to you, I would have done it in a heartbeat. But the only way to pick it up is to be there. So you have to deal with eBay. And right now, so they were trying to sell them at $100 a piece. People have been pre-ordering them. The cheapest I've seen is $175, I think, with shipping, per set. There's 2 sets, and what it is if you ever play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, it's based on that. There's certain things where it's not exactly the same, like I think the front logo, so where they have it here with the turtles and how this looks, is what they have on title box, I think. So like, not the title box, the front cover of the box. But when you open it up, it's like an arcade thing at the bottom. So it's like the arcade panel, I guess you could say, that you would play on. And then on the top of that part of the box is the regular Turtles thing. So I don't know why they did that. I have no idea. Maybe that was something that in order to get that product, they had to agree. The people that were making the items had to agree with Nickelodeon, who owns the rights to the Turtles. It has to look this way, and then within it you can have it look the old way. I don't know. I want both, but I can't spend that amount of money. One of them is a set of the 4 Turtles that you would select in the game. The other one is Shredder and 3 Foot Soldiers, and I really want the Foot Soldiers. That's the ones I want, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them for that price, especially, and I have just bad feeling that once they release and people get them, then it's going to become really hard to come by, and they're just going to shoot up to $300 and something, and I'll never get them. So, I mean, it is what it is. Last thing was I went to a different Walmart, and this one was out in the open, so anybody could have gotten it. I have no idea why it was still there, but I was extremely excited to pick this up. Unfortunately, it's sealed, which isn't really that unfortunate, but the only other one I have is sealed, so I can't open it up to play it. I have it on my system, but it's just I would like to have an open disc. Hopefully, one of these times when somebody's getting rid of stuff at a Wii yard sale or a yard sale with the Wii games and stuff, they'll have this. But from 1988, I think it was, Pikmin 2, Nintendo Selects. I am a huge Pikmin fan. I love the Pikmin series. I'm not as big of a fan. I haven't finished this one compared to the first one. I haven't played the third one at all. I have it, but I have to play them in order. That's kind of how I've been going about this. Because I don't really like the sponsorship that they have on there. Like they have like Duracell batteries and stuff like it. I don't know. To me, that just kind of loses part of it. I really wish Nintendo would have said no to that, because I'm assuming that companies came to them for that. But Pikmin 2 is supposed to be a lot better than the first one. I really enjoyed the first one. The Wii controls are a little weird with that. With how you have to navigate and stuff, and I mean, it kind of works though. It's one of those where it's great, but at the same time, sometimes there's just something that it just doesn't work. Like for you personally, there's just something missing there. You're kind of like, I'd rather go back to the original. So I actually played with the GameCube controller on the Wii, the first one with the GameCube. But yeah, really excited about this, especially for the price. I believe this is like a $50, $60 game now. Really hard to come by. So yeah, really excited about that. I have no idea why they had it. They had some older games as well, which is kind of standard. I've seen that in Target as well. But never for a title that I was really excited about. So to have another one in my collection, I'm really ecstatic about. So. On that note, I have gotten a new job, so while it's great to have money to be able to like get the stuff, it's also sad because it's going to affect yard selling and so forth. My hours aren't going to be that bad, but one Saturday out of the month I have to work from home. Or work at the office, but it's still, I mean, it's not bad. It's just kind of like, you kind of get spoiled in a sense, but I'll take this money and security, at least in a job sense, than being out of work. So really it only lasted for a couple of months, and hopefully everything will go well in the future, and I'll be able to look at stuff and everything. The hours aren't too great, but can't really complain too much. So I'll still be posting videos, I just don't know how much I'll be getting. I'm probably going to start working on different things, game-wise, gameplay, going on Twitch. I kind of tested that out to see what I was looking at. Gameplay works. I just have to figure a way to be able to do a live video stream without a PlayStation camera. Because those are like $60, and I have a perfectly good webcam here, so I'm trying to think of maybe being a way to funnel the video information through a different way. So those are things to look out for. It's under the same name, Manic-Tunes, if you're interested in that. Just add that to your Twitch. Try to be doing stuff soon. If there's certain games that you're looking, obviously I have to have them in my collection in order to be able to play them through a live stream. For the PS4, let me know. Alright, thanks guys, and I will see you again.